You're nice, kind, understanding. You try and help people. You're someone who wants to make people happy. You're faithful, loyal, and trustworthy. You will protect anyone who needs it and fight to stop injustice. You work hard, you love hard, and while you're not perfect, you know that nobody is, but you still believe yourself to be a stand-up guy or girl. So then, why? Why were you treated this way? Why were you treated like a thing that didn't matter? And then you were just thrown away like it's garbage day. In this video, I want to talk about the top reasons why we get discarded, the most common times it will happen to you, and why narcissists throw away amazing, incredible people. Hi there and welcome back. My name is Jess. If this is your first time here and you want to learn about narcissistic abuse, start now by subscribing. Come join my weekly live stream every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where I answer questions and host a chat for fellow survivors. If you would like to share your experience privately or get private coaching from me, you can send an email to bookachatwithjess@gmail.com to get information, rates, and set up an appointment. To support what I do here on YouTube, you can become a channel member. This is a monthly form of support, and if you are awesome enough to do so, you get exclusive content only offered to channel members, as well as getting recognized with so many others in my video intros. You can click join just below the video, or if you don't see that, there is a link in the description for you, as well as links to my merch, my social media, other playlists, channels, and videos if you want more information on narcissism. Let's get into why we are discarded. Number one, you inflict the narc injury. The narc injury is a term in this community that we use to basically say you caused an ego bruise to the narcissist. You've done something to hurt those little feelings, but it's deeper than that. You've either exposed the narcissist for what or who they truly are. You've dumped the narcissist, humiliated them, embarrassed them, or done something to publicly look bad, even privately look bad. That can also do it. And they get so upset that they recoil, move on, dump you, and get new supply. Number two, you try to leave. Once you attempt to break up with a narcissist, they know pretty much for sure that you're as unhappy as you're going to get. You're unwilling to put up with much more bullshit, and this makes them very nervous. They know you're on your way out. You're at the end of your rope. You've had enough, and here you are now trying to end the relationship. Therefore, it is extremely common that if you try to dump them, they'll actually beg you, cry, scream, whatever they have to do. They'll talk you into giving it one more shot, and then if you give in to that, they will actually immediately discard you because they go and they find new supply so that they're right, so that they win. I always say, never let a narcissist know that you're leaving them, because if you do, it puts all your cards on the table. You know, they pull you in, they're going to find someone new on the side and then completely discard you so that they're correct, so that they're right, so that they win, they have the upper hand. You know, just leave silently as you can, and just disappear like a ninja into the night and don't look back. So if you try to leave, that might ultimately end up in you actually getting discarded. Number three, you won't do what they want you to do. Always remember when dealing with a narcissist that it has nothing to do with who you are as a person. It has everything to do with what you do for them, nothing more and nothing less. Therefore, when you start doing things like saying no, demanding they do something for you, you stand firm on your standards or boundaries, hell, all of the above, you get put, and very quickly, might I add, on the narcissist's shit list. You are swiftly deemed useless to the narcissist, and your replacement is quickly slotted into place. I know this and can speak on that a great deal because it happened to me. If you stop being the doormat, if you won't give in to the tantrums or whatever they're trying to pull you into, your time is up. Your goose is cooked. Number four, you give an ultimatum. This is never a good scenario in anything in life. If you feel the need to give somebody an ultimatum, then you just need to leave. However, you know, if you have already done this, know that the narcissist can see this as a challenge and it might not go well for you. Don't do this to a narcissist, because even if they quote unquote choose you, nothing is going to change. Even if they swear things will be different this time, they won't be. Don't threaten. Don't do anything like that. Otherwise, they see this quite similarly to the breakup thing. They know that you're on your way out, you're fed up, and they might just go on ahead and discard you. Never give anybody an ultimatum anyway. If that's the point that you're reaching with somebody, it's time to just let whatever it is go. Just a word of advice. Never give anybody an ultimatum. Spiteful ass narcissists are going to not choose you clearly out of spite. So, number 5, the most obvious, you're going to get discarded because there's new supply. Once they have somebody new, your time is done. This is the nature of the narcissist. Someone shiny and new will always come along, and even if they don't flat out dump you, they'll check out in every other way, and they might as well just go on ahead and dump you. So with all of those being said, the most likely reasons why you're going to be discarded, let's go over some things that might actually cause a discard that I don't think a lot of people realize or pay attention to. Frankly, I just find this fascinating, so I'm just throwing this part in here. So here's some things you might not think about. And if you think about your own situation, it might make sense as to why you were discarded if it happened to you. Number 1, you get sick. If all you have is the flu, you might just get some ghosting so that the narcissist doesn't have to take care of you and nurse you back to health. But if you find yourself in the unfortunate place of having to deal with a serious long-term illness, when the narcissist might have to do things like work, care for you, do something they're not interested in doing, do something that has no benefit for them, you might actually find yourself suddenly getting discarded because they're not going to deal with somebody who has a long-term illness for the most part. Number 2, someone dies. When someone close to you dies, a lot happens for the narcissist. See, you're going to be distraught. You're going to need their help, possibly be busy planning a funeral and other things are happening. This is a long list of shit the narcissist does not want to deal with, as they basically see no benefit in it for them. Plus, they don't want to deal with you being upset for weeks, months, or possibly longer than that. Don't be surprised if a discard happens when someone you love passes, unfortunately. Number 3, you lose your job. Uh-oh, you mean you won't be paying their bills anymore? They might have to use their own money if they fucking have any, which most of them don't. They might have to use their own money to pay bills. Their lifestyle might change. Nope. Trust me when I say, and this is something I say a lot, when the going gets tough, the narcissist gets going. If you lose your job for whatever reason, some narcissists are not going to hang around for that. Number 4, you get pregnant. It's not uncommon at all that a narcissist will tell you they want to have a family with you. And once that happens, they either get bored or have second thoughts or find someone quote unquote better, whatever the case may be. And poof, they're gone without a trace. They might also decide they're going to pop back around maybe after the birth of the child to just be a complete pain in the ass and suddenly decide that they want to be quote unquote involved. So those are some things that I don't think a whole lot of people really think about when they think about a discard. It's like, oh, well, they just found somebody else, or, you hurt their fucking feelings and they got butthurt, so they left. So there's other things there that are really devastating. You're sick, someone passes away. Basically, think about it as when you're low and you can't give them all your time and attention, there's always the possibility that they might leave you. And the last thing I want to talk about in this video is why. Why do they throw away incredibly amazing people? And there's a number of reasons I could list here. Like, well, you're just a number. They get bored easily. A lot of shit I've already discussed in this video that I don't want to just beat like a dead horse. So I'm just going to tell you what it all really boils down to, because it's just one thing here. So here it is. Here is why they throw away amazing people. If you were waiting for it, don't be on the edge of your seat. It's not really that huge. Here it is. This is a disorder. This is what they're always going to do. I relate narcissism a lot to OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. And people who suffer from OCD, they probably don't want to fucking wash their hands 50 times a day, but their brain tells them that's what they're going to do, and they don't feel correct until they do it. Having bipolar disorder, there are some things that my brain tells me to do that I go, no, I don't really want to fucking do that. But I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel quote unquote correct, which is something I can't explain, but I just have to do it. I just have to wash my dishes at 3 o'clock in the morning or do some weird things that my bipolar causes me to do. And I don't feel okay until I do it. That doesn't happen too much anymore, but it used to. Nonetheless, I'm not here to debate whether this is done deliberately or not, whether their actions and things they do are done maliciously or not. Truthfully, that doesn't matter. It doesn't. It doesn't matter whether they mean to or they don't. The bottom line is they're going to. This is what they have learned to do. I'm not going to talk about genetics, learned behavior, trauma. This is how they choose to end things. This is how they choose to do things. It is not personal. It has nothing to do with you. It has so little to do with you, it's really not even fucking funny. This is somebody with trauma who doesn't handle it well. This is somebody with possible untreated mental disorders, possible other personality disorders. Really, this is par for the course. This is business. I hate to say it like that, but they have to move on to the next person. There was somebody before you, probably a lot of someone's, as I've said before. There are going to be many after you. This is the vicious circle and how it's always going to be. And that's it. That's why they throw away amazing people, because they're going to, because this is a disorder. They don't see us as perfect anymore. Basically, everything I've already talked about. They're bored and they want something else and whatever, but that all boils down to the disorder. And it's not personal. Pretty much it's business. So if you have any thoughts, please leave them down in the comments below. If you have any positive messages for other survivors, I hope you will leave those as well. Please like the video, really helps me out. Share the video, also helps me out, as well as possibly other survivors. And subscribe if you haven't for more videos on narcissism and recovery every week. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.